It was Sigmund Freud in the West who for the first time used the word unconscious mind. He had no idea that in the East we have 5,000-year-old scriptures using the idea of the unconscious mind. So he thought he has discovered something. Then Jung found that if you go deeper than the unconscious, you find a collective unconscious mind. That too, in the East, we have been aware for centuries. One thing more we have been aware, which West has still to find out. If you go below the collective unconscious mind, you will find the cosmic unconscious mind. And that is very logical. Conscious mind is personal. Unconscious mind is impersonal. Then collective unconscious mind is of all that has preceded you, the whole history of mind. It's contained in it. But this cannot be the foundation. Below it there is a cosmic unconscious mind, which is the mind of the whole existence. These are the steps if you go below, downwards. So collective unconscious mind, cosmic unconscious mind. These three are the steps below the conscious mind. Exactly three are above the conscious mind, which nobody has in the West yet even thought about. Above the conscious mind is the state I called no mind. It is just like impersonal unconscious mind which is below. This is above. It is also impersonal. But you are fully conscious of it. It is not unconscious mind. It is above the conscious mind. You can call it conscious no mind. No mind because there are no thoughts. Absolute silence. Many meditators stop here, thinking that they have arrived. So there are few religions in the East who have stopped on the no mind. Just as Sigmund Freud stopped on the unconscious mind and never bothered to go deeper it. But there have been seekers who tried to reach higher. As you go higher than the conscious no mind, you find super consciousness or super conscious mind. This super consciousness is exactly equivalent to the lower collective unconscious mind. In this state of superconscious mind, you experience that you are not separate, but you are part of a consciousness sphere which is above the biosphere that surrounds the earth. That you partake with the whole sphere. This makes you aware of oneness of consciousness. Few religions have stopped at superconsciousness, just as Jung stopped at collective unconsciousness. Above it is the cosmic conscious mind. That makes you feel one, not with only consciousness, but with the whole existence as such. This is the point where one can feel what Patanjali calls samadhi. The word samadhi means all problems are solved. All questions are dissolved. You have come to a space which knows no questions, no problems, which is eternally blissful. This is the place which can be called godliness, because you are one with the whole existence. Western psychotherapy has gone only on the lower steps of the ladder. And the reason is why they have gone on the lower steps of the ladder, because Western psychology started studying sick, mentally deranged people. They were on the lower steps. So naturally they started finding more and more about those lower steps. Eastern psychology has simply mentioned that these steps are there to be avoided, but they have not been studied. No thesis is available in the East which goes in details about these steps. They have been simply mentioned. But in the East, the higher steps have been very deeply studied, because they were studying the meditators, not the sick people. Because the object of study was different, the whole approach became different. They were studying the meditators, so they became aware of the no mind, of superconsciousness, of cosmic consciousness. They were moving towards healthier states of consciousness. And they were finding ways how to move. Western psychology, unfortunately, started with the sick people. It has found at least up to the collective unconscious. Someday somebody will find the cosmic unconscious too. Their whole work is how to pull out the sick person back to the normal consciousness, which they think is of great importance. In the East, that is the place which has to be left. And in the West, that is the place which has to be arrived.